out there, be honest. If Kamala Harris got up there and said, we're going to institute a biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, and the surveillance is going to be in the air, on the land, and in the sea, you know that's all it would take to convince you you don't need to be voting for Kamala Harris. And yet, it's Trump who wants the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system. So please comment below why you're going to vote for him when he wants to surveil you.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, we know that's what's being put in place already, right? A lot of people say, well, the Biden administration, TSA's got face scans and everything everywhere now at the airport. Well, that is the agenda. And just to underscore the fact that Trump is just another puppet being installed by the overlords who are running, you want to call it the deep state, whatever you want to call it. It's these globalist overlords with their global agenda. Everybody's got to have a biometric ID. They've got to have prior permission from the government to travel, to do anything. And the government has to know everything that you have done. They've got to track and trace all of your movements everywhere, all of the time. This has been the agenda. It was part of the agenda that they brought in with the COVID MacGuffin. Oh, yeah, we got to know because there's this deadly disease, this pandemic that's out there. Well, that's always been their agenda. It's to set up complete surveillance and a permission society. And so it is Trump who is on board with that agenda. And the Republicans will sell you this global surveillance control agenda, locking people in place, a complete lockdown. And they'll sell it to you over fear of the border, just like this mandatory E-Verify. They'll do it. And just so you can hear it directly from Trump.
The biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
Totalitarian everywhere, right? Totalitarian tracking on land, on sea, on air. We will track everything that you do. Oh, but it's about those Auslanders, the foreigners, right? The fear of the other. That's how these people operate. And it's no different. Look, Lala, somebody pointed out.
After decades in law enforcement,
She speaks, somebody superimpose her.
the importance of
People walking through Trump's wall.
especially at our border.
So they're talking about how important it is as law enforcement. I know how important it is at the border, and they've got her blue screened in front of a picture of all these people just going right through Trump's wall. It's so phony. The wall is phony. She's phony. Trump's phony. It's the uniparty, folks. Why are we fighting over this one thing? Because it's a distraction. It's bread and circuses. So you don't focus on the things that really are essential to your life and the real problems that they are creating that they won't even address. Yeah, the problem is the welfare magnet. Again, go back to the 1950s. There was no border. There was no wall. We didn't have land, air, sea, biometrics, and all the rest of the stuff, but we didn't have a problem, did we? And of course, America was a lot wealthier then in the 1950s than it is now. It wasn't that, the Mexicans are doing so well, they don't need to come into America to make money. No, America was doing better. But it was people who were coming in who wanted to work, and they weren't necessarily going to be voters. They weren't necessarily going to stay. But now, because we've created this massive welfare system, you, as an American taxpayer, are paying to give them superior health benefits, education benefits, you name it, job opportunities. That's it. That's the problem. And you can see it very clearly in that chart. It's just gone up from essentially zero to the 1950s to astronomical now.
Let